first official virtual Via tour. Let's get this going. So good morning, everyone. So right now I am in Via Soleata. Like I said, our flagship project, walking through the community. Our country here has been on a full lockdown since the beginning of March. So we are talking now. Some crazy dogs. But we've been on a full lockdown for 4 months now. And we have been literally unable to leave the community. The roads are practically shut down. We can only go to the grocery store once every 10 days to stock up. And everything closes down on the weekends. Luis, ¿cómo está? ¿Todo bien? Buenos días. So it's actually a little bit earlier here. It's 2 hours earlier. So people are waking up, getting their morning coffee. Oh, someone's starting a little campfire there, as you can see. And here we are. Some banana trees over there. Banana trees. Little campfire. All right. How's the internet, everyone? Pretty good? So I know you all have like 4G or 5G internet or whatever, but here we have 2G and 3G. Some on good days we get 3G. It's pretty amazing. All right, here we are at the entrance of the community. When I was a student at the University of Mary Washington, I came to Honduras as a volunteer, and I began interning for a number of different organizations. And I stumbled across the largest shanty slum in the city of El Progreso. It was located on a riverbed, and I got to meet the families, got to know them real well, had a lot of cups of coffee with them, and began playing on the community soccer team. And we started meeting, and we realized that the community members there wanted to relocate their entire community to a different place. They didn't have access to drinking water, electricity, land titles, a school, and there was a large gang presence, substance abuse problems, crime, and actually not one person had graduated from school in the community. There was a 0% graduation rate. So SHH raised money to begin this new project with the community members, and we purchased a 13-acre plot of land here in northern El Progreso and named it Via Soleata. And for 3 years, we worked together under the hot sun to build the community. Literally, this place I'm sitting right here where you see my foot. This place was a big old swamp, but one stone at a time from the quarry, the community members threw the stones into the swamp and filled it up little by little. And we used to have to literally swim when it rained. We had to swim to get to the community here. You can see this little dirt road that we created by our hands. But this place was literally a swamp just a couple of years ago. When we filled it up, and we were able to have access to this plot of land that we flattened and filled with stone. And we dug a well a little bit later. You'll get to see the water tower from a different angle when I get there. But we started by clearing the land. And this place there was a lot of wilderness here. You can see kind of the grass, but over there was like a little forest. We had to cut down a lot of trees. Of course, for every tree that we cut down, we were able to plant 2 trees. So in Honduras, I don't know if you can see the mountains here. Let's see. You can kind of get a little glimpse of the mountains there in the way in the back. But there are monkeys, armadillos, sloths, snakes, you name it, all kinds of animals here in Honduras. So it's some of our students from the school. Machetes here, so they're really good at it, and even the kids become proficient at using machetes at a very young age. So the soccer field, you can kind of tell that this is kind of the pride of the community. There's a lot of grass right now. People were playing soccer during the kind of the pandemic, so we haven't cut the grass, so people aren't out here having tournaments and things like that. So there haven't been any soccer games in a little while, but once everything's clear, we're playing a lot of soccer. So here's a little community church, and when we started, we had to figure out how we were going to design what the new community was going to look like and decide where the houses were going to be, where the water tank was going to be, where the soccer field was going to be. And we asked the community members how they wanted to design their community. So all the kids and the family members got sheets of paper and drew a picture of how they wanted the community to look like, and then drew another picture of how they wanted each of the homes to look like. And now you can see how everything is designed by the hands of the people here. And we broke out into shifts and began the work. Every able-bodied person came and contributed their labor. Our organization, it's really hot, guys, so I'm sorry. You can't see me sweating real hard. But our organization provided, it's Mr. Davey. He's one of our star students. Amazing English speaker. Very good at soccer. He's our central defense. Very good player. Yeah, very good at cutting the grass. So here we are walking through to the other side of the community. Lots of trees we planted. A lot of corn over there that the community is planting. You can see these trees with the yellow leaves, those are coconut trees. And in the back, we have banana trees. So I'm surprised the 2G internet is still working. Katie, are we good? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Yep, fantastic. So our organization provided, it's corn stalk. Our organization provided all the construction supplies, and the community members provided all of the manual labor to build all the infrastructure here in Villa Soleata. You can see all the cinder block homes. And the families here used to live in houses made out of cardboard and sheets of tin sheets, metal sheets. So it was basically houses made out of temporary materials. But now, for the first time, families here have a permanent structure for their homes, which, these are small homes in our standards, but in Honduras, very few people have access to houses like this. And took a lot of work to do it. Each house has 3 bedrooms and a bathroom. A lot of families don't have proper bathrooms, or as a matter of fact, a sink to wash their hands. So, as you can imagine, for sanitary purposes, it gets really tough. But the families here, now they have access to their housing needs. All right, so here we are, walking through the path here. Corn stalk, natural corn here. Let's see what else we got. Some lemon trees. Let's see what else. Does anyone know what this tree is? This is a very useful kind of tree. We get mangoes out of them. We get a lot of mangoes. They're fresh, juicy, free mangoes. The best part about them is that they're free, like I said. That's pretty cool. A lot of them. We'll make a little mango smoothie for breakfast. It's just a daily happening here, daily occurrence here in beautiful Honduras. All right, so I'm walking through the soccer field. And when the community members designed the village, they had a unanimous agreement. They wanted the soccer field to be at the heart of the community. Soccer is a very big deal here. Everybody plays, men, women, children, grandparents. So I'll soon be joining the grandparents' soccer team. Sounds hard to believe, Hard to believe. I'm a huge soccer fan, so I know many of you who've been down here, band, some of you, we've had many intense soccer games here together. So I have been playing every day with the kids at the children's home from 5 to 7 p.m., trying to stay in shape, trying to get my vitamin D, hitting the sun. So here we are. So from 2007 to 2009, we built the community, built the homes, built the roads, got the water tank. We were able to provide land titles for the Ham families, and we got the soccer fields finished, and we celebrated them. The families moved in to the community in 2009, and we celebrated. And we said we were able to break the cycle of generational poverty. We did it. However, this celebration was short-lived. There were a lot of other challenges that the community was facing that we hadn't addressed yet. Violent crime, gangs, substance abuse, widespread illiteracy, and like I said, 0% of the people here had graduated from school. So there was chronic unemployment, and we had to do something about that. So the community members had a real simple but profound idea. That idea was to build a school. So right now, I am entering the Via Soleata Bilingual School. You can see that roaring tiger. Beautiful symbol right there. The logo for our school. Together with the families, we built the school little by little. It started with just this building here, and they grew and grew and grew. And we started with just 48 students. And eventually, more people joined, and now we have almost 300 students who attend our school here at Via Soleata. So our goal is to see if we can reverse the 0% graduation rate and turn it into a 100% graduation rate within one generation here at Via Soleata. And we believe that we can end the cycle of generational poverty by providing an amazing education to the community here. So in March, when the pandemic broke out, we had to close everything down, unfortunately, and we are not sure when we will be able to reopen the school, but we believe in September at the new school year, we'll be able to start things back up virtually, and maybe a couple of weeks, months after that, we should be able to get back into the classrooms. That's the hope. And before we do that, we have to have our brand new bathrooms ready. So we have a little mini soccer field here and bleachers, and right underneath, we hope to have these bathrooms finished right underneath. So see right there, very nice. So I guess that's kind of the view right there, if you had to use it. So, all right. Some of our fathers from the community. Don Marco. Don Marco is the director of our construction, and he's been with us for many, many years, actually more than a decade. He has two of his kids who attend the bilingual school. Don Marco, estoy aquí junto con unos líderes voluntarios. Buenas palabras para ellos que no pudieron venir, pero están muy emocionados que están aquí virtualmente.
Sí, bueno, buenos días a todos. Decirles que estamos haciendo estos proyectos. Estamos tristes porque ustedes no han podido venir, pero nosotros aquí con nuestros compañeros albañiles y ayudantes estamos trabajando para que todo esto sea posible. Y gracias a ustedes por apoyarnos. Esperamos que esto pase pronto y tenernos juntos trabajando acá. Y les envío un abrazo.
Awesome. Gracias, Marco. He wants to give you all a virtual hug, and he's saying they're working very hard. The team is working very hard to get the bathrooms ready for the new school year in September. Thank you, Don Marco. Thank you. All right. So this is the brand new high school building that we just finished a couple of months ago, and it hasn't even been used yet. You are, I think, the first group to actually get to see it. Right here. So here we are. You see, brand new. Right down there is our preschool building for early childhood education, and you can see the big basketball courts we have and all the classrooms over there. There's a little view of the bird's eye view here. All right. So y'all might be wondering, this is a lot of people, it's a lot of buildings. How do we manage the sewage, the sanitation? Obviously, when we bought the plot of land, we didn't have anything like that. So I don't know if you can see, maybe you can kind of zoom in over there. You can see a little pond. Those are called, there's two of them, they're called waste stabilization ponds. And people suggested that we do what are called pit latrines. Basically, you dig a deep hole in your backyard and connect the hole to whatever bathroom structure that you have, and everything goes down the hole. However, there's a problem with that approach, which was being done in the original shanty slum, and it is something that is still widespread in many rural parts of Honduras. When the hole fills up, it can overfill or begin to leach into the ground, and if there's a groundwater source nearby, such as a well, which is the case here in Villa Soleata, it can contaminate the ground and the groundwater. So we wanted to prevent that from happening. And with the community members and a group of engineers, we were able to design these waste stabilization ponds. And there are two of these, and using gravity, all the buildings, the sewage from the buildings, they get collected and flow down into the first pond, and we have a bacteria growing in that pond. And as soon as the water hits that, the first pond, the bacteria begins to break down the pathogens, and it goes into the second pond. The cycle repeats itself. By the time the water leaves the second pond, it's said to be about 99.9% pathogen-free. So, unfortunately, you can't really smell the air because we're doing this virtually, but people are usually quite amazed that they can't really smell anything too bad, even when standing right next to the stabilization waste ponds, because the system is indeed working. So here we go. Let me just give you a quick little walk around. So our school is a private bilingual school. What does that mean? Here in Honduras, it's a country where the poorest people have a 38% chance of graduating from high school. There's a 62% dropout rate in the poorest demographic of Honduras. Very few people make it that far. In the country, and Honduras is now the most unequal country in Latin America, according to a recent World Bank study. 6% of the country, the wealthiest 6%, they get to send their kids to a private school. And they're normally better equipped, better resourced, better structures. But very few people can afford that. The average household income here in Honduras is about $300, $400 a month, which is the monthly minimum wage. And the monthly tuition to the private schools are very high, and very few people, like I said, 6% more or less can afford it. And there's an actually even more prestigious, expensive type of school in Honduras, which is the private bilingual school. But it is so expensive that about 2% of the country can send their kids to private bilingual school. So we asked ourselves, if the families here came from the poorest 2% of the country, what could happen if we could provide them the kind of education that the wealthiest 2% of the country has access to? What might that mean? And what might it mean if we can get these kids through high school and even through university, which is something that a very, very small percentage of the people in Honduras get to do. It's the proportion of Hondurans who get a college degree is in the single digits, percentage-wise, so it's very low. So we worked together with the community and teachers from Honduras and teachers from the U.S. to see if we can attain that goal. And 8 years later, we are here now with literally nearly 10 times the number of students, and our kids who people thought were never going to learn. Many people said this was going to be a big waste of time, that these kids came from the shanty slum, and the families believed in the project, and so do we. And now our kids some of our best students are scoring on par in English and math with their peers in the United States. And our middle school students are reading books like Holes, Hatchet, and Harry Potter in English. And we're tracking their results using a lot of testing methodology, and many of our students are excelling. And we hope to get, if we can, 100% of them into the university here. So public university is actually practically free in Honduras. You just have to be able to pay for a couple of supplies, books, transportation, and stuff like that. But you have to pass an entrance exam, and it is a very difficult exam based on basically the SAT. So we hope that our kids who graduate will get to make it to the university, and we hope to support them. And we believe that by doing so, we can finally break the cycle of generational poverty for good for these families. I know the kids who study here, their parents were poor, so were their parents, and their parents too. And we hope to be able to put an end to that once and for all. So if anybody here would like to intern at our school or teach and live here with us for a year, or sometimes even 2 years, wanted to open up the invitation to you all. After you finish college, applications will be open, and we've had more than 50 individuals from the U.S., Canada, and Europe come down to teach English with us. And very few people in Honduras speak English, and if they do, all kinds of opportunities open up There are many companies and international organizations that work in Honduras looking always for people who speak English. And this is it right here. Katie, did I forget to mention anything important here at the Via Soleata Bilingual School?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I guess we can't do the activity where you have us line up.
Right, yeah. So here we are. Does anyone have any questions about the bilingual school here at Via Soleata? Any questions? All right.
New building that's being built is the middle school, right? Or the high school?
It's the high school. So we actually already have the middle school building, which you can maybe it's the one at the
And the high school is going to be 2 or 3 stories?
2 stories, yeah. It's going to be 2 stories. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe in the future we'll have to make it 3 stories. You never know.
Shin, did you explain the sliding scale tuition?
Yes. Okay. So when we started the school with 48 students, our students are all here from Via Soleata, and the students here from Via, they come to the school for free. Their parents volunteer a couple hours out of the week to help clean and maintain the grounds. Everything we do, we ask our community members, and this is true for all of our projects. We ask them to chip in their sweat equity, which is the term that we use when we provide the resources and supplies, and when the families provide their labor. So it's a matching grant. It's never a handout. Eventually, when we first started the school, people from outside the community didn't really believe in the project. They didn't think it was actually going to happen. And Via Soleata had a reputation for being a dangerous community with a lot of crime and gang presence. So very few people wanted to come here. But once we started to address the crime issue, and once these schools started to get a very good reputation because people started hearing our students speak English, excelling in math, people from all these other communities that with higher incomes started to enroll their students at the school, and they pay a small fee to be here. Some of the other bilingual schools in the city, they cost $100, $200, $300 a month for tuition. So here at the bilingual school, our monthly tuition is, I believe, about $45 right now. It is the most affordable bilingual school in the city, yet we have a huge wait list of students who want to enroll here because we have a very, very high quality program here. So now we have almost 300 students here. And we just had our very first middle school graduation ceremony. The class of 2022, they'll be graduating from high school in 2022 with us. It's their very first graduating class. They're kind of the pioneers in all this. We were supposed to have this huge celebration. I mean, this is a big milestone for us, for these kids who came from the shanty slum to be the first in their family to graduate from middle school. It has been a big deal. And we were going to have a huge celebration at the basketball court there, but unfortunately we had to do the whole event virtually. But, in 2 years, I want to invite every single one of you from 2 years from today, in June of 2022, we will be having a huge celebration, because that day we will have proven to the world that it doesn't matter where these kids come from, as long as they are given the resources and they put in the hard work, they are able to achieve their wildest dreams. So they will all be on their way to college, basically, and we'll be celebrating together that we've proven that these kids, this works. Let's see. So I'm here with one of our staff members, Mr. Chilo. He grew up here in the community, started interning for our organization, helping us give out microloans to the families here, and he does such a fantastic job. He is now our director of logistics. So we are able to provide a lot of employment here in the community. People who work, the fathers in construction, the parents who work to help us when volunteers are here, and of course back in the office. Chilo, ¿cómo estás? Aquí estoy con varios voluntarios. Mira, puede ver, de Estados Unidos. ¿En qué estamos trabajando hoy?
Pues, en lo que es de mi persona, estoy elaborando algunos contratos de maestros nuevos que van a venir aquí a la escuela de Gringa a dar clases para el siguiente periodo académico. Y lo que están en el área de construcción, pues están trabajando en lo que es los baños.
Fantastic. So he's managing a whole bunch of programs today and helping us hire the new teachers that are going to be joining us in September this year. So, thank you, Chilo. Gracias, Chilo. Here we are. So, yeah, this virtual thing, yeah, it's actually kind of cool, you know. The internet's working. All right. So, now we are going to move on to the next program. So, we finished the infrastructure of Via Soleata. We realized that wasn't enough to break the cycle of poverty. And we started doing all different programs to create jobs and to provide education here in the community. And things started to work out. And together with the community members, they wanted to give back. And we decided to start a program together here with all the families in Via Soleata. And that is the Via Soleata Children's Home. So let me get there real quick. Let me take this way here. So this is a little guest house hostel area. This is where volunteers stay. It's Jele. It's one of our guards here. Very nice guy. He's a very good soccer player. And it's where volunteers stay when they come here. Some of you kind of recognize this if you've been down here. Here we are. I maybe you can hear somebody's cutting the grass. Somebody's cutting the grass. The hostel right here. Right there. All right. So here we are at the Via Soleata Children's Home. All right, hold on. All right, this is the boys' home here. I gotta tell Yelena to turn the lawnmower off so y'all can hear me. Hold on. Give me 5 seconds. Dale. No. Apágalo. All right, she doesn't know how to turn it off. Estoy en vivo. She doesn't know how to turn the lawnmower off. It's Mr. Herman. He knows how to turn the thing off. He knows how to turn it off. Oh, that's simple. All right. Okay, Yelena, estamos con varios alumnos y estudiantes de Estados Unidos. ¿En qué estamos enfocando hoy? Yelena is the program director here at the Children's Home, and I think she's helping out mowing the lawn. I've never seen her do this. She's going to tell us what the plan is for the day here at the Children's Home. Okay, ¿cuál es el plan de hoy?
I am feeding all the children's home because the last day it was running.
They're running a lot. The children have a lot of energy, a lot of running. In the yard. Yeah, muy bien.
Y estamos ayudando a todos.
Muy bien, muchas gracias. All right, so Yelena's helping out. The kids have had a lot of energy. So, in Honduras, UNICEF estimates that there are more than 100,000 children who have been orphaned or abandoned, who are unable to live with their families. And there are very little services available in Honduras. So in 2011, together with the families, we built the Via Soleata Boys Home and the Girls Home. And we have 30 kids, up to 30 kids who live with us, who come from different backgrounds. And here they are, here to heal from their past, to rebuild their lives, to achieve their dreams here with us. So they're really amazing kids who've gone through a whole lot of challenges. But we are here to work with them every single day, every single hour, every minute. We are here with the kids and making sure that they make it through school. So at the little patio area, these right here are the transitional homes. When our kids, normally in many countries and many programs, including Honduras and in the U.S., when kids leave family protection services or the foster care program or other children's homes, when they turn 18, they get aged out, literally, and they have to leave the program. They're asked to leave, and oftentimes those kids have very little options, no safety nets, and their life outcomes do not turn out too positive. So we wanted to make sure our kids had the fullest support all the way until they're ready. We're a family, and our kids will be going to college, and we actually have 2 kids who live in the transitional home now. Paola, who is finishing high school, and we now have Julio, who is in his first year. He's our first student here, first kid here, who made it to the university. So we're really excited. He wants to study criminology. So did we have a question? Did someone ask a question there? Katie, can you read it out for me?
Brianna asked, did anything change throughout / affect the children's homes due to COVID-19?
Oh, yeah, great question. So our kids would be in school right now, but they're not. So we've had to, basically homeschool them and work with very limited resources because everything is closed just in Honduras. So we can't even get our staff from their homes here. So we literally have a limited number of staff members. I do the evening shifts, and we have a couple of staff members who literally are sacrificing their time with their families to live here at the children's home. We've been living, they've been living here for 4 or 5 months now. It's been really hard. Some of the kids are very sad that they can't see their friends. They couldn't finish the school year. Paola is a senior in high school. She's probably not going to be able to see her friends or even have a graduation ceremony. So, the kids are going through some tough times, but we're trying to exercise a lot together. We're trying to eat healthy, get 8 hours of sleep, have, family activities, and just trying to stay positive with the situation here. And it has been a trying time for all of us. But, like I said, we're doing a lot of different things right here. So there's little papaya trees that the kids have been planting and watering every day. And you can see some of the chickens that have gotten out of the chicken area. So we got to make sure. This way, guys, that way. Alrighty, this way. Yep, this way. So here's our little chicken coop. And we have a little farm here that the kids maintain with our staff members, and we're able to get a lot of eggs here and grow a lot of food, fruits especially. And the kids eat a very healthy, mostly whole foods, mostly plant-based diet here. With a lot of vitamins and proteins. So they're strong and healthy kids. And a lot of them came to our program severely malnourished with stunted growth and, many difficulties that come along with that. So we are trying to reverse the effects of early childhood neglect and abuse and malnutrition. So it's a tough challenge that these kids are up against. But, they're here fighting every day. And this is Warriors Gym. We have a little mini gym here where the kids train with me every day. Going on. So it's kind of like a long summer break. We're trying to keep the kids productive and happy and well taken care of. At the little tree house that I built with my friends there. We hang out there in the afternoon to a mango tree. All right. Let's see. All right, let's get a little quick interview going real fast. Herman. Apágamelo. Okay, Herman, I'm here with some of the students. What plans do you have for today? What grade are you in? Ninth grade. Okay, what's your plan for today, Mr. Herman?
Me right here in the garage and play some soccer with Jim, and then play Free Fire.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Herman. So yeah, they're on summer break now. They're taking it a little easy. Does anyone here play a video game called Free Fire? The kids are obsessed with it here. Everybody here plays Free Fire. I've never heard of it, but apparently it's really cool. But anyways, yeah, we have soccer practice here, and exercise is a very important part of what we do. And here is the study room, 2 stories, and kids do their homework here. We have a bunch of laptops, Wi-Fi access, and sometimes we watch a Netflix video together, Netflix movie or series here. And it's been fun. The kids were really into Money Heist in the beginning of the lockdown. Moved on to Narcos and Breaking Bad. All the old the popular stuff. So I'm trying to find out what the next one is going to be. But this is the children's home. Our kids are having a tough time here during coronavirus, but we are sticking together as a family. And this past Saturday, I was able to make them homemade grilled tacos. And we came together and had a big family kind of little, barbecue thing going, and a lot of heart-to-hearts. And yeah, it's been an interesting experience, to say the least. This is the children's home, and soon many of our kids will be graduating from the bilingual school and moving on to college, just like Julio. So that is the goal. And this is the Soleata project tour. Thank you, everyone. Any questions?
Yeah, if you guys have questions, do you want to just type them in the chat so that we can see them?
Yeah, type them in the chat, Type them in the chat. So I am writing a memoir about my experience here in Villa Soleada over the last 15 years, and I hope to have it published in the coming months so y'all can learn more of the details of how we did this together.
Does anyone have any questions?
That's really loud over there, so I'm gonna move back here. So I know many of you are running chapters and wanting to raise a lot of money, and it can feel like a very daunting task. And I just wanted to remind you how SHA started. When I began, I started with a little plastic jar that cost me 50 cents from the local dollar store, and I used that to do a penny drive. And when I thought I was going to raise $100, I ended up raising just $23 after a whole days of hard work. And I almost gave up. I almost said, this is too hard. I don't know anything about fundraising. And my friends told me that I had to get more people involved and get the campus organized. So that's exactly what we did. And our membership went all the way from 1 to 3. We tripled our membership within the first meeting. And we started doing bake sales and little activities together. And we started knocking on all the doors in Mary, Washington to see who would support us. We ran out of doors to knock on, so we ended up knocking on doors in the greater city of Fredericksburg, right outside of campus. And one day my friend said to me, "Shin, we have to go knock on the door of a very generous philanthropist in town who might want to help." And he said that her name was Doris. And I said to my friend, as soon as I heard her name, "Oh my God, Doris, she's very, she's very famous. She's a celebrity. And she's not going to want to talk to me. I'm just a little broke college student here." And he said, "Hey, what's the worst that can happen? What's there to lose?" And I thought about it, and I said, "Hey, you're right. Let's give it a try." So one Friday afternoon, my friend and I, we went to Caroline Street and knocked on the doors of Doris's house. And she answered the door, and she let us in, and we went in, and she said to me, "Shin, what are you trying to do? What's your plan?" And I said to her, "Doris, I'm trying to start an organization called Students Helping Honduras." And she said, what's your financial goal?" And I said, "Doris, I'm trying to raise $100,000. And she said, "How much have you raised so far?" And I said, "Well, I did a penny drive. I raised..." Un momento. Espérate. Apagame, que está hablando aquí. Thank you, Mr. Herman. Thank you for cooperating. And she said, "You've raised $23 and you want to raise $100,000, young man." And I said, "Yes." And she kind of laughed and said, okay, I like how you're thinking. I like how you're thinking big. And she said to me, "Well, my brother Warren happens to have a little company called Berkshire Hathaway. My brother Warren Buffett, he's the richest man on planet Earth. And I'm there talking to Doris Buffett, Warren Buffett's sister, who lived in Fredericksburg, Virginia at the time. And she had this foundation. And she said to me, "Shin, Warren gave me a lot of his fortune to give away. And I could give you $100,000 right now. That won't be much for me." And she said to me, "Shin, if you and your friends can go out there and show me how hungry you are, how willing you are to reach this goal, if you can raise $33,000, I will give you the $66,000 you need to reach that goal. Do you accept the challenge?" And I said, yes. And so we went on this huge campaign to raise $33,000. And after several months of working hard that spring semester, we ended up, after doing hundreds of events and a huge walkathon, raising more than $80,000 together. And we went to Doris's house, and she gave us the $66,000 that she promised, and we ended up raising $148,000 in a span of just a couple of months, just a small group of students. And then I said, was that a fluke, or was that just beginner's luck? What just happened? And the next year we tried it again, thinking that it wasn't going to be able to be as big, and we ended up raising $288,000. So that's when we realized we were onto something, and we started writing down everything that we learned, all the mistakes that were made, and the lessons that we had gained in a notebook, and we turned that notebook into Leadership Week. So here we are. And we started with literally nothing at the children's home, and we started with just one school, now building school number 58. So all this has happened as a result of young people just like you who have worked so hard over the years to do one activity after another to make this happen. So I know this is going to be a challenging year for fundraising because it's going to be virtual for a while. A lot of our events are going to be virtual. So we're going to have to come up with even newer strategies. But once everything normalizes, I know that our regular kind of plans can get back into high gears and get moving. So this is the Via Soleata Children's Home. I know that hopefully soon y'all will be here with us in Via Soleata to see all this with your eyes. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you very much for participating and for joining me today at the Via Soleata Project Tour.
Does anyone have any questions now? Anyone? Or should we? I can get us back into the main room and then I'll text Jessa.
It's a little mini soccer field there. Forgot to talk about 1v1. Do you have any soccer players here? Oh, there's a lot of soccer fields here. A lot of training going on. Everybody's on summer break. Hanging out. That's one of the house moms, Doña Reina. So we have Honduran house moms who live here with the kids 24/7. And our kids are here hanging out. Let's see, maybe they want to say some words here. ¿Alguien quiere decir algo a los voluntarios? ¿Un mensaje? ¿Estrella?
No,
Okay.
tío, yo no.
No. Ok. Vaya, Zaira, ¿qué quiere decir? Vamos a ver. ¿Sí? Mira, Lisa, está aquí Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Julio saying hello. Un mensaje a Lisa. Un mensaje, pues, como que...
Espero que vuelvas pronto.
Igual.
Mucha gente, ¿verdad?
Sí.
¿Verdad?
Herman, tío.
All righty. Ben, how are we doing on time? Is the other group in
reply to us.
okay. All right, so let me see if I can...
We are waiting for the other breakout room session to
Okay.
end. So we can just kind of, if anyone has
Yeah,
any
we'll
questions,
hang
you can
out,
put
yeah.
them in
Well,
there.
Katie, why don't you ask me questions?
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
nothing much else to report. Looks like a beautiful day in Via Soleata today.
It does.
Yeah. So today the kids are gonna be doing some stuff here in the yard. In the afternoon, they do a lot of educational activities after lunch, and then we have soccer practice in the late afternoon, and then in the evenings, I don't know. I think there was a movie. There was a movie we were gonna watch together. Can't remember which movie it was. It's on Netflix. I have it written down. So. Yeah, we haven't been. None of the kids have left here since March, so I don't know, 5 months. They're kind of starting to feel a little, it's just a crazy feeling to not to be able to leave. So, it's been tough. Ben, do you have any questions? Can you ask him some questions?
I don't have any questions in the chat, but I was wondering what's the focus of soccer practice today? What are we
Great question. So we've been doing a lot of cone drills,
That's
and
good.
we're doing like zigzag trainings, and then at the end of the cones, you know, you have to do a move. So one day you do a outside scissors move. The next day you do an inside scissors move. And then it just gets gradually more and more difficult. And now we do more scrimmages, and the kids have to use kind of the newly acquired moves during the game. And you know, we have like 3 different groups going on. We have the kids who are like 5 years old, and the kids who are like 10 years old, and the kids who are 12, 13. So we get 3 groups going, and yeah, they love it. They want to play every single day. It doesn't matter, rain or shine, we're out there. And I play those 3 games, and
I think
we got a little 3v3 going. Yeah.
I have a question, Shin.
Yeah.
What does the future, the outlook for the school construction projects look like?
Great question. So a lot of the parents in the community are a part of the organization now, working, and they, as you saw, some of them, some of the dads over there working at the bathrooms at the bilingual school, they're also the ones that go out into the other communities, into the rural communities to help us build the schools that you all are raising funds for. And right now, because all the roads are closed, everything is suspended, but hopefully in the next month or 2, we would be able to go back to school number 56, 57, and 58 to get those moving and finish them as soon as we can raise money for. And we also have school number 59 that we have to break ground on. So it's all a matter of road access and what the government says in terms of being able to start everything back up would work. Beyond that, you know, it all depends on kind of how everything pans out, and things might move a little bit slower in the world, you know. But if we can somehow get access to a vaccine, maybe we can start building 5, 10, 20 schools a year. Who knows? Waiting to be awoken to come out, right? To come out of this relative inactivity, to be able to do the work that needs to get done. So here we are. Katie, what else? What else you want me to talk about, Katie?
Do you want to talk about do you want to talk about Warriors, Jim?
Oh yeah. So every day the teenagers. Oh yeah. Every day the teenagers and I we come here, and the girls do kind of like a cardio workout. They download these workout videos and they do their routine. The guys, they like to lift heavy, and they get the dumbbells and the barbell. So today we're gonna be doing shoulders and legs and abs. So we're trying to work on our 6-packs, you know, 6-pack abs. So when we come out of all this, we'll be looking good. So yeah, that's the plan. About an hour a day. We do about an hour a day here. Sometimes we go for a run in the morning. You know, we do a run in the morning, a workout in the afternoon, and we play soccer in the evening. So we might get 3 workouts done in one day. That's the goal. I'm trying to be like Mrs. Elisa, who she's been doing 200 miles of bike riding every month. It's just phenomenal. She's champion, you know, champion.
250 this month, Shin.
250.
This month.
Breaking records. I don't know how she does it. Every day she gets up and strives for more. Yeah, chickens. All right, what else? Ben, what else you want to know?
I'm thinking. I'm plotting on something. I'm trying to line up how we're gonna do the end of this, but we have time for like probably 1 or 2 more questions because we're gonna group up at 11:45. Looks like we have a question.
Do you want to show the hostel?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, good question here. So a little inside peek. It's a little messy in there. I apologize in advance. I got a whole bunch of stuff in there. All right.
How hot is it today?
It's probably about 100 degrees. It's hot. Yeah, so that's the area there. We do a little cookout, a hammock. Oh, it's closed. Okay. I'm drying some clothes, doing some laundry. Got the shovel. Shovels aren't really being used right now, except for stuff like this. Yeah, I gotta. By the way, these are flowers that we planted with the kids. Just real quick so you can see. And I was eating some cantaloupe the other day, and I just was spitting out my seeds, and guess what happened? Okay, look at that little thing right there. You see that? It's a little 2 melons right there. Kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. They just grow out of the ground. Never would have thought. So here we are. Here we are. Hostel. The soccer balls. These soccer balls are pretty awesome. They are literally indestructible, and they last forever. So we use those. The kids love it. So yeah, the rooms, they kind of look like this, bunk beds. So yeah, some rooms are bigger than others. There's another one.
My bed.
Yes, that's your bed, your favorite bed. So there's a hostel. Oh, coffee. Little coffee table here. You know, we got. For now, I'm drinking instant coffee. I know. You guys are gonna kill me for it, but yeah, that's what we got. You know, that's what we got. Vitamin D. Everyone's getting the vitamin D. Vitamin B12. If you eat mostly plant-based, very, very, very important. Chia seeds, fresh cacao. You know, so some green tea. My mom sent me some green tea a little while ago, and hibiscus tea. Hibiscus tea is one of the healthiest beverages on planet Earth. So this is it, and a little thing right there for exercise. You know, a little stepper, portable stepper. They're pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Oh, breakout room will close in 55, 4, 3 seconds. So I have one last minute with you all. Just wanted to wish you all luck. And I hope you all enjoy this week. This is everything. This is my life's work that I just showed you all that we've done together over 15 years. And I know that in another 15 years, we will have achieved even more together. And I know right now, maybe many of us feel like our lives have stalled, that our lives are stagnant, that we're actually going backwards. But I hope that this week is the beginning of forward motion for all of us and for the world, because we're going to get a lot of learning done. We're going to be connected during these unprecedented times. So thank you, everyone. We'll see you soon. We'll talk
Love
to
you,
you soon.
Shin.
Bye-bye.